Hello and happy Ruki Day. This is voiceover Sam because I forgot to turn my mic on when I decided to record this. So we are gonna hopefully go through this pretty okay, and it's gonna go okay. But anyways, what I was talking about with Rukis is that they are one of my favorite Neopets, and to customize, I know a lot of people do Blummaroos and Aishas, but I do think that Rukis are like my favorite to customize. I think they have a lot to offer, which is really nice, and they wear cloaks and gowns super well. So I'm very excited to share that funness, and I want to see customization. So if you have a Neopet that you're willing to share, please let me know. The Oracle deck that I will be using today is the Herbal Astrology Oracle, and we'll be letting you know about the planet readings. Our decks are the Kawaii deck, the Guardian of the Nights Tarot, the Antique Anatomy Tarot, and our final deck is the Neopets Tarot. I know everybody loves the Neopets Tarot, especially on a Neopets video, but that doesn't mean everybody should go to that one. Go to the one that you are called to, and that might be multiple, that might just be one. Pile 1, we're going to get started though. Welcome, Pile 1. You've decided to choose the Kawaii Tarot. Here we have Dragon's Blood, and its ruling signs is Lilith and Pluto. This card is all about finding your next step in life, basically. What your next intuitive jump basically is. So, what are you going to be doing that's making the next intuitive jump? With the Kawaii Tarot, we are going to be pulling 6 cards to start. I'm interested in the juxtaposition of the art because the Kawaii Tarot is incredibly cute, and so it's very different. Our first card off the top is 9 of Cups. This deck was calling a couple different cards within the deck, so I pulled again from a different part of it. Going into the Devil, and then moving into the 8 of Swords, Temperance, the Empress, and the Page of Coins. This is a time that you're going to feel like you should isolate, and you're going to be really tempted to isolate, but you really need to reach out to those around you in order to get to that next step that you want transitioned into, this like next spiritual step. That Dragon's Blood card is really pulling you in a spiritual direction here, that you are trying to get some spiritual growth to happen, good things to happen, wonderful things to change in your future, all of that. Like, it's trying really hard to have you move forward spiritually, and you should, and I think you want to be honest. The biggest thing here though is that you're gonna be tempted to just like not go into a community. You're going to want to find other, or kind of keep working on your own, because that's what you know. The point here though is not to do that. The hope here is that you like reach out to others, and they have so much more resources than you, and it's really important that you allow yourself to learn from others. And there's something about in-person learning that changes from just like watching videos or doing your own research. While both are beneficial, it is really important to have people in your life that can help you take those next steps spiritually. So I think that's really important in this reading. I know this isn't a particularly long reading for you, Pile 1, but it is an important reading that I think you need to know. And I'm very excited for you in your next steps. So this will be really good. And you will have a moment of like realizing, oh yeah, this was the thing. This is just going to take a while. This is not like, it's going to take up to a year for you to feel like you've gotten the spiritual growth you wanted. And you're not going to get that same growth from isolating. So I think that's really important to realize in this, is that it's not going to happen the same way. So yeah, it is important for you to go and reach out to others and find your community, and know that the struggles that come with that are very beneficial and help you grow. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for letting me read for you today. Happy Ruki Day. And I am excited for your growth in the future. Welcome, Pile 2. You've chosen the Guardian of the Nights Tarot. Our Herbal Astrology card is Elder, And the planets that rule this are Jupiter and Pluto. I am not particularly well acquainted with astrology, so this is probably more important to you than it is to me. So, but what we're really looking at here is like a major change, transformation, probably unlocking some new information. A higher self may be making itself more known at this time, stuff like that. So we will be shuffling and going through pulling 6 Guardian of the Night tarot cards. Because I am voiceover, this is going to be probably a little off, and hand movements and stuff will not match with what I am currently saying. And this is probably going to be a shorter reading because I am not pausing and listening. I've received the messages that I needed at the time and can now concisely share them, I guess. So this is probably going to be a very short, unfortunately. But yeah, the Elder card really is all about. The thing I kept getting during this reading was transformation, and that you need to be okay with the change that is coming and the transition that will happen. And we start with the Ace of Cups. Moving into the Six of Swords, which really is a, sign of travel and change and moving forward. So no shock there that came in with the Elders. Going into the Four of Wands. Moves into Three of Pentacles. Going into the Four of Cups. And finally, Justice is our last card. This change you need to be really careful with, and compassionate to yourself. Like, you need to really allow yourself to be okay with everything emotionally that's happening, and knowing that like a good cry is important. All of that's really important to know and be okay with at this time. The desire to isolate may be a little stronger, but I need you to know that you really need to allow yourself to be happy with the friends, family, and team you've built around yourself, and like really dig into that resource. This is the time to like lean on other people and allow them to help carry a little bit of the weight, if not a lot of the weight for you. There's a lot going on here, and you don't have to be the bearer of all of it. And this change is going to be fairly large, and it wasn't clear during this reading if it was a change within you or if like your friend, family, or team group was changing dynamics. So that was going to like really upset stuff and make everything kind of out of balance. The really big thing here though is that you're going to want to pay attention and figure out what makes sense for you and those around you, and how you can all lean on each other in the best way possible that makes sense and that is helpful. So you guys are going to have a far more beneficial relationship with each other if you guys can get through this change together. That's really the big thing, is that this is a huge change. It's going to affect a lot of the people in your life, and it's okay that it is. The growth that will happen from this is going to be wonderful, though, and very important. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for letting me read for you. Sorry about this short, concise thing, because voiceover Sam doesn't remember all of the details, but also does remember the big picture, and that is what I'm giving you today. Welcome, Pile 3. You have chosen the Antique Anatomy Tarot. Our Herbal Astrology card is Rosemary. Its ruling planets are Mercury and the Sun. This is probably going to mean more to you than it does to me. This is a card of like intuitive growth and intuitive insight, which is a really fun card, and I think it's a really powerful one for those of you who do work on your intuition. This is a really good sign for you. Yeah, I'm just excited about this card. This is such a nice card to see, I think, in my opinion. And it feels like it's giving, like, you need to start picking up the pieces and gathering things to, like, allow yourself to grow more. which is really nice. Because I am doing a voiceover and not my normal, like, as I read, this is going to be probably a lot shorter. I don't have to listen as I'm doing these cards, because I try to listen to what the energy spirits and everything are trying to tell me as I read. And I no longer have to do that. So we will be kind of just probably fly through this pretty quick. But our first card was the Six of Blades, moving into the Wheel of Fortune. We then have the Tower as our third card. And then our fourth is the Six of Coins, followed by the Four of Elixirs. And our final card is the Two of Elixirs. So this particular reading, like, again, there's change happening, and a lot of change and transitioning, and for that growth of the rosemary, this unfortunately does mean some things have to kind of get shaken up and built, destroyed in order to get rebuilt. The lovely thing about this, though, is that you will come out of it so much more generous. You're going to actually have more time, is really what I got throughout this particular reading, was that you're going to end up with a lot more time than you're expecting, and that's going to allow you to invest into the relationships around you, which is not something that you've had time to prioritize. And the problem is, the thing that's going to create more time is not what you wanted and not what you were expecting. So it's going to be a little frustrating that this is now like, oh, I have more time, and you're going to be a little frustrated that that thing ended, quit, whatever the case may be. But that the good thing is that you can now work on the relationships, and that's actually very important. You are going to deepen a particular relationship to a point that you didn't think was possible, and that you were not aware of, and that's going to be very beneficial to you in this time. And it could be actually a new relationship in this, and that it might be a new romantic relationship. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. It might be that just like a friendship or something is just like, you realize that your friendship has taken a next step kind of idea. And that's really was like a wonderful thing to kind of glean from this reading, was that you're going to be really happy. And this is going to be one of those things that you look back and go, yeah, it actually worked out really well. It just is not the way you would have liked it to work out. And that's a bit of a bummer, which sucks. So I'm sorry in that sense. But yeah, this time of change and everything is definitely happening. And I'm sorry for when things shake up, but this is actually going to really grow the relationships around you and everything. So yeah, thank you so much, Pile 3, for letting me read for you today. I'm sorry this is so short. I just don't remember all of the details, unfortunately, because the cards are not back in front of me and I'm just watching the footage. But also, I think this is like the concise, here's the overall message, which today with the Ruki readings was very much the vibe was, hey, this is the main message. And so you're getting the main message, and that is changes happening, and it will allow you more time to spend on your relationships. And that's important. Hello, Pile 4. You have chosen the Neopets Tarot. Our Herbal Astrology card is Pau d'Arco, which is about metamorphosis. And this card really gave the vibe of coming out of a change. So like the big kind of hard part of the change has happened, and you're on the end of it, and that you're really happy to be at the end of it, and it's almost over. The ruling planets are the Moon and Pluto in this cards. I'm not particularly familiar with astrology, so that's probably more meaningful to you than it is to me. But this is a really nice card, and it had a very comforting feeling to it the whole time, which was really nice, that I really liked and very much appreciated in this. There will be 6 cards being pulled here. Because I'm in voiceover, I will probably have this be very short, because the Ruki cards pulls all were very much like, hey, get to the business of what's going on and everything, and then kind of what the overall message. So our first card there was Page of Wands, Jorah's quests kind of idea, Fiora on the Empress, going into death, of which I cannot remember his name, and I'm sorry. Going into the Four of Pentacles with the alien Aisha vending machine, which I love. That art in there is so cute. Then moving into the Tower with the Obelisk, if I'm remembering correctly. So Tower of the Obelisk here. And Tower of the Obelisk is such a good pick for it. I feel like it's obvious, but... And then we have the World with the Space Fairy on it. This reading is letting you know that there is going to be some shakeups. You're not quite out of the whole cycle. Like I said before, like the change has mainly happened, but there's one more. There is one more big thing that is going to get shook up, and that's, and it felt like it was a relationship of some sort that was probably going to fall apart, and that was going to be like a real unfortunate thing. You are at the point though where rebuilding is starting to be the process, and it's not going to ruin this next upset's not going to ruin what you're currently working on. So you can keep working on this thing and just know that a different element is going to fall apart. So so the relationship's going to fall apart, but it's not going to affect the fact that you are rebuilding, I'm not fully sure if it's like your job, your creative projects, whatever it is here. But everything else is going to be okay. It's just that this relationship's going to fall apart, and then you're going to kind of find that once the upsetness, and you're probably not even going to be particularly surprised this relationship ends. It's just everything that goes with that is going to end up being at a point where you're like, okay, that's over. I now get to move forward in a way that I wasn't able to before, and you're really ready to move forward. It's just unfortunate that this has to end. I think that it's going to hurt a lot, and it's going to be a bummer, which sucks. But you can find the stability that you're looking for. It's just not quite time yet for that full stability that you need to have, and the security that you're going to feel like this is one more thing, and then you'll be able to move on, which will be nice. So I'm sorry this one's so short, pile 4. It's just this whole thing just kind of backfired on me, and now here we are. I'm very excited for you. Keep working to rebuild. This is important to rebuild, and you're going to really look back at this time as a very defining moment in your life. But this is also going to be a bit of a pain, and you're not going to probably wish any of what's happened to you on anybody else. But congratulations on all of the growth that's happened because of this. And I'm so sorry for all of the loss that has had to happen in order for that growth. So thank you again, Pile 4, for letting me read for you. Happy Ruki Day.